Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's energy update with me, Rebecca.meisl. I have a very special energy update that is planned for us today, and I cannot wait to go through it all with you. This energy update was quite the amazing one. As I was sitting down to channel this morning, there was a lot of important information that I feel has been coming through for us this week, and I'm really excited to share it. So, I hope all of you have been keeping super well the past few weeks through this eclipse portal. Hopefully, been closing out lots of cycles. Hopefully, been moving forward in a just beautiful, beautiful way. And that's exactly what I'm seeing with this first theme this week, which is all around acknowledgement of new beginnings. What has come to closure? Okay. This is something that is really important to acknowledge this week, especially as we close out this eclipse portal, is to do a little bit of this introspection, do a little bit of this time where we can take a step back and really see what have we been wrapping up? What have we really closed out? So we have a little bit of this continuation from last week to do a bit of this reflection work. So, what has come to the light? I feel like so many of us have had a lot of downloads, a lot of revelations around what is not working, what needs to be done and over with, so we can take these next steps forward in our light working journey. So, recognition is needed. You can do hard things. You have closed out this cycle for good. Boundaries are now in place. Home is where your heart is, and you've integrated the new. So, this is incredible. So, as we start this week off, I'm just really hearing a lot of us need to get very clear and to celebrate what we've been leaving behind. Celebrate this new beginning that we have officially started. Okay. You guys have started this brand new beginning for your life, whether it feels like it or not, because they're kind of showing me some of us still lingering and processing and feeling, okay? And that's totally normal. Process what you have to process, feel what you have to feel as you close out these chapters. But now it's time to really recognize what it is we have shifted through, what it is we have now started with clearing out this old energy, okay? Super, super important to recognize your efforts. And I love this because it's really bringing illumination to how strong we are. This is something else that they really want to talk about. It's like, look at you. Look at how you've done this for yourself. It's amazing. So, what boundaries have you put in place? What new recognition is deserved? Okay. So, do not allow things to scare you from your past. It will not follow you. You've made a change for the better, the good. Now is the time to reap the rewards of your efforts. Okay. So, make time and space for these new beginnings to ripen fully. Bring in the new expanse of your life. It's important to now stand firm in your new beliefs for life. So they were kind of showing me how this week we might notice these old programs that we'll revisit because, once more, these are things. Even if we've closed out a big cycle, we're still going to have these moments where, like, oh, did I do the right thing? Or did I actually close this out? We're going to have like these little spikes of fear from these old programs that are just going to come in here and there. And so they're just kind of saying, acknowledge that, but don't fall prey to it. Okay. We've closed the chapter, we've let it go. So let it go. Don't let triggers or fears take away from this new start that you have truly integrated and begun. So I love how they're showing me this battle between the old and new programs and how we are going to surmount them. So just keep that in the forefront of your mind this week. If these little doubts come in, if these little triggers come in, you are so strong. You're going to surmount this. You are moving on. It's not going to follow you through. Okay. So hold tight to your hope. The new is here. Don't doubt it. So, once more, they're kind of encouraging us to gather the evidence this week of this new beginning starting. Okay. And they're kind of showing me like you can feel it. It's like this door is open in your energy, and you're like, oh my God, there is something new. I can feel something some energy that's trying to come in, and I can feel it. And so a lot of us just need to remind ourselves this week when we have these moments of doubt, that door is opened. You have opened that door for yourself. And we have to keep hoping. We have to keep holding on to our faith. This new beginning is here. It's begun. I can feel my miracles manifesting. I can believe in miracles in my life. It is coming. So keep reinforcing this new belief system for yourself. So, as an example, we had a huge theme around self-respect and boundaries last week. So, this week, just give yourself some time to go, okay, what are my new belief systems in this? Okay, my new belief system is I respect myself. My new belief system is I am worthy of goodness. I am worthy of only the very best. So, when you take actions this week, how can you really be powerful and strong in this new belief? How can you spearhead this new belief even when you're finding these old little programs coming in like, oh, maybe you should cave this time, or maybe you should make an exception this time? No, we are standing firm in our new beliefs. So we're bolstering and spearheading these new belief systems for ourselves. So, once more, hold the faith and don't doubt. Your new beginning is here. It has begun. Okay. So, integrate new knowledge, higher wisdom. Okay. This was super cool. So, if you once more fall prey to this, if you're like, okay, I'm feeling doubtful, I'm feeling this is really challenging me, even though I know I've said no and I'm trying to move on. This is where we might need to seek our guides and get some higher insight and some more downloads around what this is really about. And it's almost like I just keep hearing the word reassurance. So, yeah, they're really showing me that we're battling with our faith a little bit. Can we trust this new start? Can we trust good things are coming? And, if these things aren't coming in fully, this is where trust is going to be so, so vital. So, yeah, they're really just showing me how important it is to bolster the faith. So, call in your guides, call in your angels, have conversations with your higher selves this week. Please help me bolster my new beliefs. Help me reintegrate the faith. Show me, keep showing me, and keep helping me in this so I can keep going forward. Okay, so I love that. So integrate these new understandings, these downloads to help heal the old programs and really move on. So your new life is here and nothing can take that away. I love this. So then we go from there for new rules for life that integrate self-worth and personal growth. Okay, this is beautiful. So once more this week, we're going to have to take a step back and really analyze what is it we really want. Okay, so I know the few weeks that have gone by, we have been doing a bit of this, but we really need to make sure we've done that homework. Do we know what we want? Are we unapologetic in what we want? Are we like, yes, this is my respect. This is my self-worth. This is what I deserve. Are we firm in that? Have we made those decisions of what we are going to expect in our life and what we are not going to compromise on? So these non-negotiables. So they're kind of giving me this awareness of questions we need to ask this week when it comes to these new rules that we're bringing in regarding self-worth and valuing personal growth. So when we are facing choices, how will this make me feel? How are you going to feel if you make this choice? What will my body feel? How will your body feel if you make this choice? How will this affect my mental, emotional health, wellness, and well-being? Okay. How can I stop withstanding life and have more pleasure and play? What can I do to make positive change? Okay, so once more, a little bit of reflection might be called for this week. So when we have choices, when we have decisions, we need to really check in. If I make this decision, how is this going to affect me mentally, physically, and emotionally, and spiritually? Can I be my full self if I make this decision? Is this opportunity going to really spearhead me towards my goals of self-love and the actual goal of what I want in my life? Or is this going to hinder that? Okay, these are questions we have to think about and get very serious on and very honest about. And once more, it's like, how can I also make decisions that make me feel playful, that make me feel expansive, that make me feel good, that encourage these emotions, right? Because once more, if we're feeling like we're making decisions from fear or from a lack mindset or a fear-based mindset, that probably is not the decision to make. That is probably not the right choice for you. But if you are making choices that make you feel excited, that make you feel and know you'll feel expansive and grow, then those are the choices we do want to make that reflect the level of self-worth and self-enlightenment that we have attained. Okay. So from there, we have this amazing, amazing theme. And this is the one I've been so excited to talk about, which makes this a very special episode because it's all around light working. Light working. The era of the light worker is here. Okay, this is very exciting. Okay, so this next bit, it's going to be intense. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be positive. Okay, so we have a huge message of do not get blinded by the dark. Do not get sucked into negativity and doubt. Transform your thoughts. They matter. Earth is now cracking open. So, what they were actually showing me here was literally the Earth, the globe, and it was cracking open in half. Okay. And whenever I hear the word cracking open, it's almost like a painful experience where it's like you're being cracked open wide to see what's inside. You're being cracked open wide to really get to the meat, to the depth of what's going on. Okay, so they show me planet Earth literally going through this cracking open experience. A planetary rebirth is here, revealing the pain and the difficulty and the defeat. So these might be themes that we are going to see if we haven't been already. Okay. Now, this is so important for us to understand. This is happening so the planet Earth can be reborn. So what came next was the purge. The purging has begun. We must illuminate the dark to the light. Do not fear. God's hand is upon you, sending in his helpers to assist. Okay, so let's pause here for a sec. So we are going to see some darkness. We're going to see some shadow the next while. However this comes up, okay? We might see this on a world stage. We might be seeing this in our personal lives. However this comes up, take it with a grain of salt. But this is not to fear. This is to help prepare you and to help you have this higher awareness that whatever darkness comes to light the next while is to purge the earth for good. We are needing to release these energies. We are needing to heal them. Okay. So one of the biggest things that I constantly hear for even our personal journeys, it's like we need to feel it to heal it. The earth is the same. The earth, we have to start looking at as an entity of its own. Just like a human being, the earth needs to purge, to cleanse, to release what is not serving so we can have the full healing experience. So this is what the earth is undergoing at this time. We have to clear the toxins. We have to release what is of disservice to us as a whole. So we're going through this purging. We are going through a heavy duty cleansing time. Okay. But what's so beautiful is once we have this awareness, it removes the fear. It's like, oh, okay, I understand. We're clearing this so we can make room for the new, so we can integrate more light, so we can have this new earth experience, okay, with a raised vibration. So do not fear. God's hand is upon you and he is sending in his helpers. Okay, light workers, are you ready to help? Are you ready to be God's helper? This is what's happening. Okay. Now he showed me this awareness of the first wave. Okay. Now this is really interesting because what I heard was through this whole experience of, COVID, that was a huge planetary experience that was super beneficial in many ways. It caused mass awakenings and awoke a lot of people to their awareness of what they were truly doing in their lives and what was not in alignment with their lives and how they really want to live. This was a huge catalyst for growth for humanity in many ways. So they were showing me all these light workers that woke up through that time. And how often do we still see that people starting these brand new ventures in their lives throughout COVID and throughout that time frame? So they were showing me that COVID was like the first wave, the first catalyst to wake people up. And this was important. This is like the first wave of light workers waking up and going, oh, my time is here. And it's an energy. It's almost like a lot of us didn't have the awareness of that happening, but it was a huge spiritual awakening and a huge awakening to what we really want to do. Okay. So that was our first wave. From there, it was like a mass of awakenings must now occur. A call to serve has now been sounded. All who would come to the surface to share their light. Light workers are now being put into their places. Destiny is being fulfilled. You are being purposely placed to be the beacon of light. You must be ready. You are being prepared. The divine is working in your favor. So do the healing. Connect with your heart. How do you want to share? How do you want to spread your light and your joy? You cannot avoid your gifts any longer. Okay, let's pause. This is huge. Okay, so we are going to see a huge rise in our light, as well as a huge rise in reclamation of our gifts. So, us light workers who've already awoken, who are already on this journey, we're going to be busy. We're going to be needed, especially now. So, all these things that you've been working towards, all of these shifts, all of these cleanses that you've been doing, these purging of energies that don't serve you, the more light that you've been integrating, it's all been serving a big purpose. It's all been leading you to this moment in your life where you fully get to shine, where you fully get to claim your gifts and share them with the world. This is your time. Okay, this is what I'm hearing. This is now the time to be out there, to be doing this, to be shining fully. This is so, so important. This past eclipse was illuminating to many of us where we have been staying hidden, where we have not been fully claiming what is meant to be ours, where we ourselves have been getting in the way or letting other things stop us from fulfilling our true truths, our true realities, our true destinies. So this is incredibly important. We are feeling this call to serve. This is happening right now. God has sounded this amazing call to action. Have you been feeling it? Have you been noticing this rise in yourself, this rise in your soul, this amazing integration of light within yourself, and going, wow, I think I want this? I think I do want to continue this path as a light worker. I think I want to do this path. I think I'm ready to leave behind the BS that has held me back. Woo, woo, woo. It's all for a reason, my friends. This is incredible. The divine is working in your favor. So, what we are going to see the next little while is things just falling into place. I am hearing miracles are going to be transpiring the next while because it's going to seem like all of a sudden the perfect circumstances drop into your lap. The perfect setup happens where it's like everything you've been trying to create just happens because it's divinely timed now. The divine is going, yep, this is where they need to be. So we're moving them. We're getting in everything they need to get in right now so they can be where they need to be. Location is going to be huge. Some of us are going to be making big moves, whether that's in our careers, whether that's actually physically. Like where we're going to be ending up is very divinely destined. And we need to be in these places where we can fully be in our light. So, huge job changes, huge location changes, huge shifts in our mindsets. Like we are getting freed, my friends, because it's time. We have to be free to be in our light and do what we need to be doing. So, what are you procrastinating doing? What are you holding back from really, really claiming in your life? It's time to do what you know in your soul and in your heart you need to do. So I love this. It's like, do the healing. Do the healing. Whatever is holding you back, heal it. You have to do it. Stop procrastinating. You are meant to be in your light. You are meant to be who you are right here, right now. And now is the time. So connect with your heart. This is how we're going to get clarity, okay? The heart gives us so much clarity when we listen to it. We're so programmed to not listen to our emotions, to not listen to our heart and our desires, to put them off before we've done X, Y, Z. This is not the way. We need to be listening. What is my heart calling me to do right now? Where am I meant to be right now? And if it's not here, where is it? It's time to make big and bold moves, my friends. Big and bold. Okay. So connect with your heart. How do you want to share yourself? These are things we have to ask. How do you want to spread your light on this earth? Okay. So this is huge. You cannot avoid your gifts any longer. Okay. You can't avoid them. You need to stop procrastinating. Breakthroughs in your gifts are coming now. Hidden talents are rising to the surface to claim your true freedom. Now, this is so amazing because once more this week, we're going to see a huge rise in what we actually want. We're going to notice this surfacing where clarity is coming and we're like, whoa, actually, I don't want this anymore. And I want this. This is what I want to be doing. This is what lights me up. And some of us are going to get surprised by what does light us up. We're going to be like, oh, this is actually not what I thought. Okay. These are hidden talents. These are hidden gifts that are now being revealed and they're coming to a surface for acknowledgement. They're coming to the surface for us to claim and to start doing regularly. So really take note of what gifts you're being called to utilize, what gifts you're being called to use right now. And don't hold back any longer. It's time to be confident and bold in doing this work. Okay. Now, from there, this is going to bring us true freedom, because how long have we let things hold us back from being the full expression of ourselves? This is what is clearing. Okay. It's so amazing. So freedom is here. Now, this was amazing as well. What they were showing me next here was light worker children being born. Have you noticed a rise in pregnancies? Have you noticed new babies coming in? Okay. These next wave of light worker children are going to be very pivotal. So if you've been considering having children, I'm kind of hearing it's the time to do it. Interestingly enough, this might be a very specific message for some, but think about having families. Think about what you want to bring in that respect. Is being a mother something that will light up your soul? Okay, these are ways of light working, is raising children, is nurturing the next generation, is integrating light in these facets as well. So don't knock being a mother. Don't knock those integrations. That is light working. Okay. So what came through is we must heal the earth. We are here to reinstate the old ways. So how are you being called to heal the great mother? So there's going to be also this big rise of activation, or activism rather, in healing the earth. And this is going to be really pivotal in this breakthrough of planetary alignment, of planetary light. This is very, very important. So coming back to nature, where have we as a planet gotten out of touch with earth medicine? Where have we been outsourcing healing? Where have we been forgetting to come back to the true Mother Earth? Okay, so think about this in your daily life. Think about this in society. Where are those areas for you that Earth has not been fully welcomed, utilized, honored, right? When we think of our health system, is that in alignment for you? Or are you being called to go to more natural sources to heal yourself? Are you finding your food shifts in those areas where you're like, you know what? I actually want to grow my own food. I want to go back to making sourdough bread. I want to go to the actual basics. I want to make things from scratch. I want to garden. I want to live on an acreage. These are things we're going to start seeing really come up, because we need to be going back to the old ways of doing things, trusting Mother Earth to provide for us, learning how to become sustainable through earth, healing through nature, through natural remedies. The earth literally has provided us everything we could ever need to live a fulfilling life here. So where have we been brainwashed or programmed to believe otherwise? And they're really just saying this is the time to do soul searching, to go inward and go, where have I been neglecting the beautiful provisions of earth that are right there in front of me? Where do I need to get more education about how to start living more naturally, how I can start working with Mother Earth as opposed to working against her, right? So this is where we're going to be called to really look at our daily lives, our daily practices, how we are doing things, how we are eating, how we are treating our food, our earth in general, right? What are those practices, and where can we start being more honorable to this beautiful planet that we live on? So this is super important. And these new children that come in, these new light worker energies that come in, are going to be pivotal, because we're going to have to show people the way. A lot of us are going to be showing people how to come back to nature. So just honor that call. Have you been noticing that yourself? Have you been noticing this awareness of like, wow, I think I do want to help other people learn this. I want to share what I've been learning. So important. So rise, Lightworker, rise. Now is your time to shine and be seen. Coming out of the cave for good. Here I am. This is me. I claim all of me now. My gifts, my light, my heart, my love, without shame. We are going to be healing huge wounds of persecution, fear of being persecuted, okay? For good. So think about that. How many past lives have we had? How much of this generational trauma have we had through history, through time, through our lineage, where persecution has been very real, has been a huge reality, even in our own lifetimes, right? Where has persecution hindered us from following the path that we need to take? And where have we been giving the power, our power, to the wrong things, the wrong people for all of this time? And they're showing me how we are literally taking back that power, that right to be ourselves and express ourselves and be ourselves fully. And we're going to do it. We're doing that this week. We're going to see these themes really dominant of where we might be triggered by fear of being persecuted, of being judged. And now we are transmuting that. It's absolutely incredible what we're doing this week. We are going to be transmuting this huge, huge wound. Okay? It's incredible. So, healing the wounds of persecution for good, nothing and no one can hold you back now. Okay? So, this is amazing. This is giving us this awareness of how we truly do have control over our choices and what we're going to do next. Because we are at this time in history where many of us now have the freedom to live our lives the way we choose. Have you realized how amazing that is? That you have the freedom to choose and to create your life on your terms? You know how many people have not had that? You have awakened now to realize you are the creator of your life. You can make any choice. You can change your life today if you choose it. You can do whatever you want because you are that powerful. You are that limitless. Have you realized that? Like, guys, this is incredible. This is the time to seize the day, to be living your life. Wow, like this is amazing. Can you see this? So seeing you have the choice of where you go now and where you must go from here. This is what's so amazing about this week's reading is it's bringing us awareness to what we need to do. It's like we've known it all along. Maybe we've known it since the very start. Maybe from the very beginning, we came into this world. We knew what we loved to do. We knew in our hearts what we were meant to be doing. But life got in the way. Life made us believe we couldn't. Life took the power and we gave it to life and its circumstances. But now we're realizing we don't have to fall victim to life anymore. Okay? We get to choose. And this is the action we know we've been needing to take, which is full reclamation of who we are and our gifts. Okay? So, the choice of where you must go from here is up to you. Enact your free will. See what is for the good of all. Okay, so this is so beautiful because once more, I'm seeing a lot of us want to hermit. This is something I'm so guilty of as well. But a lot of times when we are light workers, we go through a lot of stuff. It is what is the catalyst for us to break free. It is the catalyst to help us really get in touch with our hearts and with our light. So it's not rare for light workers to have a traumatic life. It is not rare for light workers to have hardship, challenge. We've had to go through it to heal it, to teach others how to do it, right? So most of us have learned things through our own personal experiences. And it is so easy for us to want to hide away, to go and recover, for us to go and do introspection. And that is so vital. We need that too. We need balance, right? But they're kind of showing me how when we have finally shared ourselves, we've also haven't fully learned how to find the balance of sharing and keeping enough for ourselves. So we might notice throughout this Libra season as well where we've been out of balance with overgiving, or where we've been actually hiding and doing the opposite, just keeping everything to ourselves because we don't want to get drained. Okay. So some of us are going to have to learn how to balance that out, how to actually use our gifts in a balanced way where we are able to help, but keep energy for ourselves, keep our cups full as we are giving. Okay. So, what came through with seclusion is not the answer. It is time to be seen. So, once more, we might have this fear creep in. What if I start overgiving again? What if I get the wrong people coming in? What if I get taken advantage of? What if I get persecuted? What if people judge me and make fun of me for what I'm doing? What if my family doesn't approve? Those stories might come in this week. But what are you going to do? Are you going to just give up what you know you're supposed to be doing for that? For you to just hide the rest of your life and not fulfill your purpose? That seems like a real shit deal. Excuse my language, but that really seems like a shit deal for you. And some of you are like, well, no, I love being by myself. All I want to do is be by myself. Is that because you've become so exhausted that you really crave to be by yourself and hermit so much because you have overgiven? What would things look like if you were balanced? If you did have a full cup? Would you be satisfied to just hide at home? Or would you be called to be working with others, to be helping others, to be involved? Okay, so what I'm really hearing is hiding yourself away and secluding yourself away is not really going to give you the fulfillment you think it will. There has to be balance. So I'm really hearing this week, we need to illuminate where we are out of balance in this, where we need to learn how to fill our own cups properly as individuals and learn how to not overgive, to have the proper boundaries in place that need to be there. Okay. So this is going to help us step up and be seen, because a lot of times when we don't want to be seen is when we're feeling low, when we're not feeling courageous, when we're not feeling fully in the power of ourselves. So this is where we need to learn how to really be in our power and properly feel empowered by life so we can stand tall. And when you think of someone who's in their power, someone who's confident, they don't even worry about what other people think of them. Have you noticed that when someone's powerful and they're really confident, it's like they just don't care. It doesn't even faze them. And if people are like, wow, I don't like this or I don't like that, they're like, well, too bad. Sorry for you because you're missing out. Like, this is my life. It's not yours. So you can do your own journey and I'll do mine. And it's like no harm done. So, how can you get to that place where if someone doesn't like you or like what you're doing or judges what you're doing, you can just be like, well, that's okay. You don't have to support me. And I don't need that because I support myself. I am so empowered in myself. I know so much of my worth and my value that I don't need your approval. And that doesn't faze me anymore. This is what healthy ego looks like, okay? Yes, you are meant to have an ego. Yes, you are a human being. We are not meant to live without an ego. We need a healthy ego. We need self-respect, empowerment, love. Okay. And many of us have not learned once more the balance in that. We think if we stand up for ourselves, we're being mean or we're inconveniencing someone, because so many of us light workers have that so twisted. We've been programmed because we're so compassionate and so heartfelt. We consider everyone else before ourselves. But we have got to learn this lesson, friends, before this next phase. We have to learn the balance. This is what the energies are calling us to do now. How can you start cultivating a healthy ego, healthy self-respect, a healthy relationship with yourself, which will set the standard for everyone else from here on out? Okay. So, no, when you start these new ventures, when you start fully claiming your gifts, you will not be exhausted. You will not need to hermit for days, for years, and hide yourself. You are going to learn how to properly meet your needs, to fill your cup, and give in the appropriate boundaries. Okay? Because guess what? God doesn't want you to just use up all of your energy. God wants you to be able to do the work you're here to do. So, how can you do that if you're constantly worn out, if you're constantly scared, if you're constantly drained? So, these cycles have to close out. So, you're going to see that this week. So, how do we do that? How do we start releasing these fears of persecution? How do we start really advocating for ourselves? So, a few suggestions came in. We have to cultivate self-love. We have to cultivate learning how to comfort ourselves and do the techniques that we know work for us. Okay. So they're actually showing me like someone sitting and holding their heart and going, I am worthy. I am deserving. It is safe for me to be me. It is safe for me to express myself in this world. It is safe for me to have my truth and to claim it. It is safe for me to share my gifts. And it's almost like this, once again, comforting and reaffirming. Okay, we are safe. We are safe to be ourselves. This is huge. So they really were bringing up this awareness of affirmations. And once more, affirmations we can truly believe. This is also super important. We have to be able to believe what we're saying. So, what are ways you can word them that actually meet your heart? So, from there, the next theme, money on the mind. This is super interesting. So money on the mind, this is going to come up as we start claiming our gifts, because naturally we're going to be like, well, how do I actually move into this career that I want, that I know I'm supposed to be doing and be supported? How am I going to fund it? You know, a lot of us are like, how do I fund my dreams? How do I get there? You know, I've landed on what I want to do, but shite, I still live in a 3D world. So how does this happen? So what came through was bearing witness to miracles. You will have everything you will ever need. Okay, so remember how we've been saying this earlier in the reading? Things are speeding up in the sense of the world needs us to be where we need to be. So trust, okay? We need to trust this week. We need to trust the universe is going to put us exactly where we need to be. Now, they're also bringing out this may look different than what you think. The universe is going to give you what you need, not what you want sometimes. So I'm seeing this come through. So for some of us, we're going to get opportunities that we're like, oh, that's actually not really what I was thinking. Like I wanted to be there. Like I feel like this is a step back. Okay. So this is where we have to be careful. We have to go, okay, well, is there actually something I need to learn in this space first that will be a catalyst to me getting to where I want to be? These are things we also have to think of. So take time really going deep into your decisions this week and making sure they are really going to be what you need. Okay. So if there's further education you need, that's going to come in. If there's further enlightenment that you need, that's going to come in. So spend time meditating this week as well. Thank you, universe, for giving me the awareness of what it is I need to do and revealing to me those next steps. Okay. So, once more, they kind of want you to remove money from the equation. Don't worry about it. You will be met with your needs because the universe needs you. The universe needs you where you need to be. So don't worry about it. It is going to show up. And I love how they were like, witness miracles. So a lot of us are going to have, once more, things just fall into place. Okay. So don't worry. Trust. Okay. So then I was like, well, how can they make income? I sometimes ask, I'm like, okay, guys, I want more information. So I'm like, how can light workers make money? By being in their light. That was the answer. They will attract their own greatness. Okay. So this was interesting. So we are going to go into this next theme of worth. So you will attract your own greatness. So what channel? Do not settle. Do not take less. Compromise not. See the higher reason in everything. You must know your worth to succeed. Interesting. What have we been working on the past while? Heart opening, letting in love, learning how to receive what we actually deserve, what we actually desire, learning to fill up our own cups, learning how to be our own best friends. We have been learning the past few years how to truly love ourselves. Can you see why this is important? For you to attract the life you want, you got to know, you got to feel, you got to be in that vibration of, I know my worth. I know my value, right? So they're kind of bringing this awareness. By being in your light, you will attract everything that you are. So if you are the light, then you do deserve only light. You do deserve only the best. So how can we be so in our light that things like money, materialistic objects, whatever it might be, doesn't even matter? We don't even think about it because we just know those things are coming. God will supply. All I have to do is be the light, is be myself, is take the actions necessary that make me feel like I am fully in my bliss. Okay. So, learning lessons of self-love, you attract what you're worth. What's hindering the light of your true value? Face your fears, your woes. And what are they? Okay, this is also interesting. What are your fears and your woes around self-worth? Is it that wound of persecution? Is it this need to people please and put others above yourself? Is it this hindrance of a healthy ego? Is it self-doubt? Right? What are these things? Let it go. This must leave for good. Ask God to show you how, to feel his hand in your life, to show you your true value. You are the light. Okay, this is so tremendous. So once more this week, we are going to have this huge upgrade when it comes to our own relationships with ourselves. We're going to have this huge awareness, this light being shone on who we are, what we're capable of, what we need to be doing, the actions we need to be taking, and really integrating the truth of our value. So I'm getting that we're going to get a lot of downloads this week that will help us integrate this new truth into our vibrations. So this is where things have been caught up, so to speak. So what they're kind of showing me is like subconscious programming that is going on behind the scenes that we aren't seeing up front all the time. So maybe we're like, you know what? I'm doing all the steps. I'm doing all these things. I believe I'm confident. I know I deserve this. But it's almost like it's not really integrated in your heart space yet. Your heart is still like, I don't know I'm good enough. And when things happen, you get awareness to, wow, I still don't really believe in myself. So what they're kind of showing me is God intervening to truly help us release these hidden vibrations in our fields and to integrate true downloads, true energies. Like they're almost showing me like the foundation being fully put into your vibration now to sustain self-worth and value and self-love. So pray for that. Be open to that. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for integrating true self-worth and helping me see and feel and experience that reality now. Okay? This is very important. Help me see that I am the light. So we're going to have big removal of these vibrations of lack, of fear, of shame, of guilt, okay, that have been projecting into our futures. This is going to be released, okay? This is going to be released. So you are the light. There has to be a removal of anything that is hindering that light in that process. So this is where there's going to be this huge purging of beliefs and upgrades in our beliefs. Okay. And they're actually showing me this happen on a very planetary level as well. Now, interestingly enough, the wording of this, it actually came through as Armageddon. Okay. So a lot of us are familiar with Armageddon, this end of the world, this great big destruction of wickedness, abolishing evil for good from the world. Okay. So a lot of us have had programming around what that is, what it's supposed to be, what it looks like. This is what came through. It is not what you think. Purging old beliefs about the end of the world. It is here. It is the great cleansing. It is the great death. The death that creates the new beginning. Many souls will be called away and others will enter. All must have their turn to cleanse and heal the earth. Earth shall have its champions. Could you be one? Could you be one of God's chosen warriors? Say yes. Say yes to your sacred duty. Practice shining your light now. Do not delay. Shine your light wherever you go. This is incredible. So, believe it or not, what I was hearing is Armageddon is here in the sense of the end of this old world, the end of all of these old belief systems that have kept humanity enslaved is coming now, is happening now. We are going to be our own deliverance. As we empower ourselves, as we integrate more light, we are literally bringing about paradise on earth. Maybe that is exactly what it should be. So, how can you open your mind to what is truly happening right now? How can you open your eyes and see through the illusions that have been placed in your life? And how can you see to the truth, your truth? What resonates for you? What your soul is being called to experience? Okay? We are going through a big death experience on earth. This is a true end and closure to the old ways of being. The earth is being cracked open so we can heal. We are creating a brand new life. We are creating a brand new future. And we are getting the help we need. And we are a part of this. You can be a part of this new world if you say yes. If you decide to follow your true path, your true destiny here. Can you be one of Earth's champions? Can you follow through in your light? Because we need you. We need you to shine. And I promise you, you will not regret it. So, friends, say yes. Say yes. And watch this world change. That is how powerful you are. That is how powerful your soul is. You're here to do great things. Don't let anyone tell you different. So, my friends, that's all I have for this week's update. Wow. What an exciting time. What an exciting time in history to be alive, to be here. So please follow through in this. Take the lessons you need to learn and move forward. I can't wait to see you shining. I can't wait to see your greatness on full display. And know I'm here always to support you, to cheer you on every single step. Know I'm here for you. So I'm sending you so much love. Have a beautiful and blessed week, friends. Bye.